Captain speaking. We've been cleared for takeoff and we'll be departing shortly.
Go ahead and give that man a round of applause.
That boy's got talent.
Yo, 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 welcome back, everybody. How y'all doing? What are we going to talk about today? We're going to talk about lighting a little bit. We're not going to dive into anything too crazy as far as three-point lighting or hair lighting or anything like that, but mostly lighting and how it affects how well your camera functions. So right now I'm filming through the Logitech Brio 4K webcam. I also use this Razer Kiyo for mobile shots. Sometimes if I need to move something so that you can see it better. I also have a Canon M50 4K mirrorless DSLR. I have a Canon 5D and Canon 550D. This is true no matter what camera you really use. But I'm using one light. It is a constant light. It's rechargeable, and this is the light that I'm using right here. Flat panel LED made by a company called Neewer, model NL192AI, I believe. And it's not necessarily a brand that, I've never heard of it before, but when I was scrolling through what I felt like I needed, this mostly fit what I wanted. I believe the package came with 4 or 5 lights. Each one of them came with a stand for them, not this little tripod stand, but a traditional stand that's adjustable height-wise. And then the if you attach them to the stand that they come with, you can tilt them and things like that. What else about that besides that? Okay, that's about it as far as that goes. Now, the functions that I like about it is that when you turn it on, you can see it has, a battery life indicator, and it has a light intensity percentage, and then it also has the color temperature. And as you can see, I can turn the brightness down and up on it, but I can also turn the temperature down to a warm temperature all the way up to a cool one. Goes from 32K up to 56K. They are rechargeable, but you can also leave them plugged in, and as long as you've got them plugged into a constant power source, they work as they normally would, but you can also use them not plugged in. I'm not sure exactly what the battery life on them is, but they can be used for a mobile unit or stationary. So as far as lighting and why do you want the light? Well, my approach to it is that, and let me take a step back. I am recording this through OBS Studio. Now, if I hadn't made adjustments inside of the camera settings and left it raw, this whole video would be much brighter than what it appears now because of the light. Now, the reason that is because I want more light than what you would probably think you need. I'm not looking at the creative aspect of how do I want the shot to look, or how do I want this to look, what you're looking at right now. I'm looking at it like I want to get a good amount of light without washing anything out, because if I do that, the camera will function properly. If you don't have enough light, certain cameras operate differently, but it comes down to a few different things. And usually it's that the ISO boosts up to try to emulate more light in the shot, but it's guessing with the pixels. And so when you pull that footage into whatever video, or even if you just watch it in Windows Media Player, you'll see that it's very grainy and noisy. And if you are going to pull it into Adobe Premiere or DaVinci, whatever you use later on, and try to do some color grading or just any kind of effects to it, it won't work that well because of that noise. If you had the sufficient amount of light when you did the shot, the ISO there wouldn't be a necessity to boost the ISO up, and you'll find that your shot is cleaner, sharper, and just looks better. And also, if you wanted to pull that into a video editor for some post processing, those color grading plugins and anything else are going to work much better off that footage with the lighting versus not having sufficient lighting. Now, like I said, I am pulling this footage in through OBS. So what I do is I make sure I have the lighting that I know that I need to get the shot to be crisp and sharp and clean. And once I've got it in OBS coming through, as I can see in the screen, I can go in the camera settings inside the software and adjust exposure, brightness, contrast, sharpness, even color temperature, and all the things you'd normally be able to adjust anyway to get the shot creatively to look the way I want. I kind of have two stages in that. I have the lighting for the way I want the sufficient lighting for the camera to capture the shot as clean as I need it to be. And then I have inside of either a video editor or OBS's camera settings, I'll make the changes to get the shot to look creatively the way I want it to from there. But the key is to have enough light to get the camera to film sharply and not have to do any kind of compensation within the camera, whether it uses some type of software on board the camera or through something that the camera's software inside of your PC. It's still never going to do as good of a job as if you had sufficient lighting and the camera could work as it was meant to work. So I know that was like a bang, bang, boogie type thing, but that's kind of like just dipping your finger into the water as to how lighting affects your camera. And we'll dive into other things later on. But thank you for spending a little bit of time with me. Enjoy your holiday tomorrow. Peace. Chicken grease.